Paul from Slow Spin Society here. Today I want to talk about this thing that I bought about half a year ago. In the past 6 months in 2025, you may have seen that I've put some digital shots on Slow Spin Society, and they all come from this camera. And before you go at me in the comments saying, yo, Slow Spin Society is losing its analog identity to like the clinical sharpness of modern optics and all that stuff, hang in there, let me explain everything. I picked this up for 150 euros out of Facebook Marketplace, and this is just a test that I wanted to do. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so this is the Fuji X-Pro1. It is a almost 15 years old camera. I picked up this for dirt cheap because it is in a terrible condition, and I've added quite a few scratches to that. But I do like it. I wanted something that was roughly the same format as my M6. And to me, it is quite important to have something compact. But also the most important was the optical viewfinder. And there's like many quirks with this camera. It's not the best camera out there, but it's been pretty good to me. I'm gonna upgrade at some point, but let's go through the process of me owning this. I bought the body for dirt cheap, and then I bought an adapter, and the whole goal was to put all of the lenses I actually use on my Leica on it. So this is a Voigtlander 50mm, and with the crop factor, it's roughly a 75mm, which is like a new focal lens I am playing with, 75. It is quite nice to shoot bikes with it, and today we're gonna shoot Jona's bike, do like a little bike check, so you have like some reference images so you guys can see the result of shooting with this combo. Right, so this is a bike stand made by Stoner Framework out in the US, and this one has been given to me by Spencer from the Radavist, and it is my absolute treasure because it's great to shoot bikes. They did make a new batch of these recently, and now this yoke is 3D printed, so fancy. It also exists in titanium. This is normal steel. Right. I keep everything manual on this, so it is locked at 800 ISO, and I'm using quite a lot. And something that was important for me was those manual dials at the top. So you have a shutter speed dial and exposure compensation dial, but being almost fully manual, it takes a lot of time to shoot this camera. So for example, on the Leica, you would pick up your camera, frame your shot, adjust focus, adjust exposure, and shoot. So it's a 5-step, super simple process. On this, you want to pick up the camera, turn it on, frame your shot with the optical viewfinder that isn't accurate at all, and then bring the electronic viewfinder in, focus, then bring the electronic viewfinder back into the camera, look through the optical viewfinder, adjust your exposure, and shoot. So if I'm alone and just like taking shots and I have like plenty of time, it works. If there's one thing that I don't like to shoot on analog is overcast days like this one, and with this it's been pretty nice. This has the dynamic range of a potato. You get like highlights blown out super quick, super easily. I've been shooting it with an ND filter, even on overcast days, really. And it's been working pretty good. I tried it for the first time at the WISE event in Paris, and I was like, oh, I know how it feels to shoot events on analog. Let me try digitally on something that I've never used before, and it worked out pretty well. One big thing that happened when I received that camera is what kept me from digital photography for so long. It's the overwhelming amount of menus and buttons, and even if I like that there is like some tactile settings here outside of the camera, it was too much. So after like, you know, like about a night of looking at YouTube tutorials and stuff, I taped part of the menus and I taped the logos on top, just because I don't want that many buttons, and I can access pretty much every setting from the outside of the camera, every setting that I need. It's been working great for me to use it that way. So what do I think of the Fuji X-Pro1? Well, you know, it's a little time capsule camera. It is old, it still works. It is not a super good camera, but honestly, it's been great at like a first digital experience in a long while. Do I recommend it? I don't know, like it's not really a camera that you just like pick up and shoot. I mean, you could have like an autofocus lens on this and it'll make everything easier, of course, and having in like auto setting and everything. I'm a control freak. I like having everything on manual. It takes a lot of time. It is what it is. Other than that, it is still a good camera. I love the colors that are coming out of this straight out of camera. And that is pretty much it for the X-Pro1. If you like this video, if you like me talking about photography stuff, I'll do more of it. And you know, I think just changing mediums on how you shoot bikes, how I shoot bikes, because I do this all year round, is a necessity. Just like the fact of like a different camera or a different way to shoot or a different place is just super important for me to keep things creative and not always be on the same routine of like shooting bikes and always having the same process. So sometimes trying some new stuff, and if it's cheap, it's even better. So that is it for the X-Pro1. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.